Okay, so we're going to start off by previewing the topic for our first informational essay. So would somebody be willing to read our topic or question for us today? Lily, thank you so much.
Over the past several days, we have been researching stress, the factors that cause stress, and strategies that we can use to manage stress.
So freeze there for a second. Give me a thumbs up if you would agree that you have spent time looking into these three topics. Okay. Pretty much all of us, right? Okay. So now it's time for us to get ready to write. Lily, could you keep reading, please?
Write an essay that describes the factors that cause stress or strategies we can use to manage stress. Be sure to use details and evidence from multiple sources to support your thinking.
So you're going to have a choice to make, and I would suggest that you let your research guide that choice that you're making. Would you like to write your essay on different factors that cause teen stress? Or would you like to offer solutions that describe different ways that we can manage stress based on the research that you've completed, based on the evidence you collected? So I know we all looked at multiple sources. We all have evidence that we've collected. Some of us even have collaborated. So today we're going to make that choice about which topic we would like to write about. So I want us to think for a moment. This information is kind of a review. What are those three letters that we want to keep fresh in our minds when we're writing an introduction to make sure we have all the important parts in there? Okay. Hit, exactly. So we have our hook, right? Then we're going to introduce our topic, possibly the text that we're writing about. This time our topic is stress. And then we're going to get to our thesis or claim. So what are some of the strategies that we've already learned this year? Who can tell us one? Addie. A question. And what did we say is our challenge if we want to use that question? What should we try to do? Do you know? Yeah, but how do we want to make it an even stronger question? What could we try to do to take that question to the next level? Do you want to try again or phone a friend? Call someone. Right, so make that question a magic 3, that awesome smiley face trick. What's another strategy we could try? Lizzie. And imagine this statement, right? Which I think would work really well with this essay topic. Maybe you could really create a stressful situation for your readers and really try to get them thinking about what that could look like, what that could feel like. Bring in some specific details for effect. What is another strategy we could try? Carly? Yeah, so maybe you could start off with a quote. And then there's one new one that I'm going to share with you today. And some of you might already have some examples of this. So since we've been doing research, maybe in our research we came across a really shocking fact, something that really surprised you. You could start off with a fact or a statistic that you pulled from a source. So kind of similar to a quote. A quote might be something a person said, but we could also start with a fact or a statistic. Do me a favor, guys. Take a moment. Look at your yellow sheet. Does anybody think that they already have a really shocking fact that maybe they could use to start off their essay to really hook readers in? Take a look at your yellow sheet. Andrew? Okay. Hydrocortisol?
Yeah. It can change your genetics and like your brain when you have overly excessive levels of
chronic stress. Wow. Okay. So that could definitely intrigue people, so you might want to start off with that. Andrew, could you choose one other person to share?
It's kind of going off what he said. Chronic stress can actually lead to your brain getting smaller.
Wow. So you could maybe start with that. Chronic stress could lead to your brain getting stronger or smaller, not stronger. And you might want to say, did you know chronic stress could, okay? Choose one more person, Bakai.
More than one-third of parents and children in high school say their child has experienced a lot of stress, and it's not just because of like bullying or things, it's because of the academic.
Wow. So another shocking fact. And I'm sure there's lots more out there. So maybe you might want to try to start off with a surprising or shocking fact today. Next step. This is where you're going to introduce your topic. So if you found some information about what stress is, this is probably where you want to include it. Explain what stress is and introduce that topic. So maybe you want to define stress. Maybe you might want to explain what it looks like, what it feels like. Put some specific details for effect in there. Those would be some great ways to get your smiley face tricks in right in the beginning. And then our final step, who can remind us, what does that T stand for again? Dylan? Thesis, exactly. So your thesis or claim. Now, this is what you're going to be proving throughout your entire essay. This is where you're going to need to use that, you're going to need to make that choice, right? Do you want to write about different strategies we can use to manage stress? Or do you want to write about different factors that cause stress? Your choice. You might want to use your yellow sheet to guide you in that direction. But I'm giving us a starter today. If you want to challenge yourself, you don't have to use it. But if you're stuck, you're not sure how to start your thesis off, this would be a great starting point. How do you think we could finish that sentence based on the topic we're thinking of choosing? There are many... Carly?
People who are stressing, who have really severe stress, and that need some help to calm down.
Well, that might be something you say in the I part of your introduction, but we want to know, what are you going to be proving in your essay? What are you going to be writing about in your essay? Phone a friend, Carly.
There are many different ways that kids can get stressed out.
That would work. There are many different ways that kids can get stressed out. There are many factors that cause stress. Well, if we're going in the other direction, stress management, how do you think we could possibly phrase that? Dylan. So let's start with there are many. Perfect. That would be a perfect thesis statement. And then in your essay, you would either go on to explain those factors with evidence, right? Or you would go on to explain the stress management strategies with evidence. Olivia.
He wanted to add on to someone who could be like, there are many ways parents can help their students cope with stress.
Awesome. Maybe you could try that too. So this screencast hopefully is a guide if you need it.